Well, good morning to the world once more on our weekly Saturday morning podcast as part of the Core to World Peace series. And today is a phenomenal session, which I am enlightened to have two most creative, talented, powerful ladies, which I am blessed to be working alongside in two amazing projects of our collective, specifically Bodhi Rain project, which has been granted to us graciously by the nation of Nepal, which if you've never been to Nepal, go there. It is the most spiritual, most beautiful nation here on the planet. Not just, you got the Himalaya, the highest point on earth, but it's also the birthplace of Buddha, Lumbini, which is where we are sourcing our unique sacred water from Lumbini. So watch out for our products that's be coming out for Bodhi Rain, which Stephanie and Andrea, my hosts, are both here part of this journey, alongside the all-women Ukhozi Academy. And I have to apologize to Nonku for butchering the pronunciation. Again, I blame it on my Chinese unable to roll the R's. Andrea's always telling me it's easier for the Spanish, so they claim they can roll their R's. Well, that's obviously, again, you know, something that, but anyway, but joking aside, that's, although I'm involved in it, the management team is an all-women management team because they are absolutely amazing, talented, creative. I mean, I have no talent. Those that know me know well, knows I have two left hand and two left foot. Luckily, I got a big brain and a big mouth, and that's it. So this Ukhozi Academy, Ukhozi Academy, school for performing arts, for filmmaking and music, and it's so appropriate that I'm sharing this platform with two amazing persons that are talented in those spheres. Obviously, everyone by now knows Andrea, the creator of One Humanity, One World. She's also an astonishing, amazing filmmaker. And Stephanie is involved in the music sphere at the highest level. I'm not going to, obviously, like I said, her list of connection in the music industry, like I said, starts from the real top, goes all the way through. But she'll give you a glimpse of all that, I'm sure, in the interview, which, because today's interview is titled New World Woman, because I genuinely, and I can say that as a man, I genuinely feel that this world will be a better world when women take over, women power. So on that note, I'm going to hand it over to my co-host, Andrea, to interview the amazing Stephanie Young. Andrea, all yours.
Thank you very much, Dr. Leong and Dr. Yin. And I have to say that if it wasn't for men like you, feminist men like you, we wouldn't feel so encouraged to do this. So thank you for being part of the change. Stephanie, it's so nice to have you today. Before we jump straight into the interview, I would love if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here. Thank you, Andrea. It's a pleasure and an absolute honor. My name's Stephanie Young. I grew up between Rumson, New Jersey and Broward County, Florida in my life. I danced for the Red Bank Ballet Academy. I danced in England as a young girl. But my life changed and I went from privilege to poverty. I was a teenage mom. You know, I worked I got my cosmetology degree and I worked in the salon, which was beautiful for many years. And that segued me into documentary film and music video and art, really. But for myself, my journey into music began with my very, very, very talented son. And he is now super accomplished. We've gone quite far. There's a lot more to do and to do it correctly.
Well,
this is a tough business. Tough business.
I know, but you know, I also know that there's nothing more key to success than having a great mother that supports you. And I can tell that from my own experience too. So, Stephanie, you have experienced so much adversity to reach the level of achievement that you have. Please tell the young girls watching, what are the most important things as women they should consider to overcome the hurdles of gender inequality and even sexual harassment? Since, as you said, we have hard industries.
Well, this is definitely a complicated question. And I think although it does matter and change based on social region, you know, economy, what the gender norms are there in that place, while they may be very bad in places like Nepal, and with Bodhi Rain, it would be our goal to revitalize that and help change things for the young girls and women, and let's not forget the entirety of society. But I think if it doesn't start at a young age, and in the United States of America too, it's not just in these other parts of the world where we see astonishing atrocities occurred here in 2022, but I also want to pay attention to what we have going on in the United States of America. So I think primarily the focus has to be on changing some of society's gender norms and what we think is required of women. For example, in my experience, the adversities I've overcome. I come from a family of mathematicians who are Ivy League educated. I was not. You know, I was gonna get married and have kids, right? It is a way of thinking that's ingrained in us. And it's okay to want to be married and have children, but let's talk about how we can be successful at sustaining these ways of life and raise happy, healthy children. And it's going to start there with education. Secondly, we have to teach our lawmakers and our law enforcers to pay attention to what abuse really looks like, so we can help women and children get out of these situations and not be questioned and feel ashamed or feel like maybe they're not being believed, right? So we have society, we have lawmakers, we have, and then availability, which is what the Ukhozi Academy is so beautiful, is that while we have a pilot school in South Africa, Noku, the Eagles Academy, award-winning, we would like to bring that model here to the United States of America and offer schooling to the underprivileged, the unfortunate, to everyone who's talented and able to come. So I think for young girls, the most important thing is to learn about themselves. And in the arts, it causes them to learn about themselves. They're able to learn to work independently. They're also able to work as a team. We're able to discuss difficult social problems and try and come up with solutions. It allows the audience to think about how society could be, how society really is. It forces us to look at ourselves. And
Definitely.
then, you know, we can bring change. And that's my hope, to be involved in a project of this magnitude with such incredible people and an all executive female board, which is going to help eliminate a lot of these problems that we have in the entertainment industry. It's not just music, film, certainly models, dancers, everything across the board. I want to change that. I want to change that zero casting couch behavior.
Most definitely, Stephanie. I couldn't agree more with what you said. Education is so essential and important in order to change our mentality. And we do need that 21st century, and still such a long way to come in order to shift our consciousness. And you kind of have response already to the next question that I was going to tell you, since we are joining our forces, working to develop Ukhozi Academy, this amazing team of women and men too, but as you said, an incredible league of women leaders that are creating this Academy School of Performing Arts. You were already talking about what I was about to ask you, to give the audience a taster of the amazing opportunities that we intend to create, both for talented girls and boys, you know?
Well, the opportunities are limitless, actually, with God and good and an amazing team, and with great sponsors and investors who will be willing to come alongside of us to get this project accomplished. What we are going to offer is freedom. Freedom, really, truly, that's really the answer. And practically, we will offer an array of classes for the student, from the highest caliber of teacher in all scopes of the entertainment industry. We will also be working to develop an all-women executive board record label, and from there we'll be moving forward to be able to help these students in music. Of course, we'll have theater, and in Atlanta would be the first spot we're looking to open, and then the second school would be in New York City. So I'm hoping we change the world. That is the mission.
Well, we are, and you're such an important part of that, Stephanie. You're such an important part of the executive team. So happy that you are telling us about such an important topic and such an important project. Now, my last question would be, and I believe this is an important question: how do you envision a new world where women will eventually take the lead and bring the changes we so desperately need in our society?
For example, I'm a victim of extreme violence. I figure I might as well talk about it, since it's something that's in my head as I sit here being interviewed. I have 7 teeth missing as a result of my skull and jaw being fractured in an extreme violent situation. I'm dealing with recovering from that in a society that my hopes to build and be a part of creating. Violence like this is not normal. However, in our society, violence like this is unfortunately quite normal. 30% of women, 30% of all women have been violently assaulted in some way. 58%, somewhere around the 50% of the deaths and the extreme violence, it's intimate partners. You know, but then we have the social violence too, you know, and then there's a lot of other things. We can talk about, you know, economics, hunger, right? Hunger. So basic needs is a primary focus for major change in a country, say like Nepal, where we hope to bring major change. So when you can change the economy, you can work on the education, the mindset, the social structure, bring relief by arts, bring education, bring information about history, revisit things and plan for change, right? Then you have a 1,000-fold change. And it just starts with a simple process of making a decision to do something. And for those who can do something, for aligning themselves with projects like this so that we can all do something together. And yeah.
Well, Stephanie, what can I say? You're a wonderful woman, an amazing mother, and an amazing businesswoman. We are so lucky to have you. Thank you for this interview. Now I'm going to pass this to my co-host, Leong, if he wants to say something.
I am so overwhelmed by what you ladies have brought up in this short discussion. And as a man, I can say this, okay? Every war, every conflict in history, humanity has been started by a man, okay? All right, now, there may be men out there, oh no, it's Queen Bodhi. Queen Bodhi did not start a war. She defended her tribe after she and her daughters were raped by the Romans, okay? All right? So let me make it clear again. Every single conflict and war in human history has been started by a man, okay? And Stephanie just gave you shameful statistic that 30% of women and girls are violently and sexually abused, okay? I think that number is actually probably lower because a lot of women don't actually come out and admit their violence and thing. I've met many friends who are women that have told me they've been raped and they've never gone out and told the law enforcement. So even from my own small statistics, I know that's an underreported shameful act, okay? But this is not necessarily a man-bashing episode. No, far, far from it, okay? But you must bring out the ugliness, all right? You can't hide the shit under the rose and say, oh, this is rose is beautiful, all right? Yeah, but the rose may be beautiful, but there's still shit there, all right? And we have to point that out. And we have to stamp that out. So therefore, there's this Ukhozi, this Bodhi Rain that we are working with Nepal government, that we're working with South Africa, it's going to change it, not just for women, but this is the most important message. This is to change for men, for boys and men, okay? So to begin with, because I'm an old man, 60-year-old, I'm part of the old system, regrettably. You know, the movie industry, I'm not in movie industry, you heard it all right? The spread your legs if you want to roll, all right? I mean, that's prevalent. I mean, you know, you don't need to know about, you already know about Harvey Weinstein and all that stuff, okay? So this is an opportunity for girls and boys to teach them a new way. So maybe when I'm no longer here, and obviously Andrea and Steph are the younger generation, the next generation, they won't be talking about this. They won't be talking, it'll be, well, it was like 0.03% of sexual abuse to women. It's like, oh, okay, oh my, all right, oh, there's no war because all the men decide that they'll rather stay at home and look after the babies or the farm and look after things. They don't have time to kill each other. Oh, that is the ultimate goal of what our collective is doing, okay? And I'm blessed to have these powerful, honest, brave women come forth and say, enough isn't enough, okay? Enough isn't enough. And if I can be part of that journey with them, to leave my legacy so that we go to a future world, which I genuinely believe, because it's in the Kleistar prophecy, folks, written in the Torah, so that the new species, the kinder, the more creative, artistic, the more peaceful, the more loving new species of humanity, which I am not. Everyone knows I am bad-tempered and angry, like I said to you. So, all right, so I am not the new species. But I will bring in the new system with these new beautiful ladies, the new species which will go out to explore the outer stars and the inner spirit. And for that opportunity, for me to work with these powerful, amazing women, I am indeed blessed. So to all you world out there, watch out for these two amazing women and their female colleagues as they take us to this new world beginning. All right. So God bless you. And
Thank you very much.
Thank you again
Thank
to my
you.
amazing host, Andrea, for this absolutely powerful message, which must be delivered to the world. Amen. Thank you.